Watch the motion. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Alert.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Now, this is just the fifth all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here, taking place in Week 1. They have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
47's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Ready. 5-9. 51's the mic.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 16 yards right off the bat, but a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just stopped.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Breeze now to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
Switch. 5-9. Under.
Breeze now on 1st down. Going for the deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Ready? You ready? Ready? Double time. Double time.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. But now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Push him back. I give him that.
48-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2. At the Texans.
95-56.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Set. Yellow lady. He's scared. Here, go tight left, tight left.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? Would he break a couple of tackles? I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Ready? 95-56. 95-56.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Kill.
55. Check. 55.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Opposite.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 yards on the play, first down.
You ready?
65.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And Take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson with a give to Miller. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. Finding fouls complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And the Texans first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
First down, Texans.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On first down, it's Watson. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Check, 47. Pick me up. Here we go.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike, 56, right there.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47.
From the gun, here's Watson. And Stills over the middle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the Saints' 24-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson, off play action. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. I'll guarantee you Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. So we are at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Play action. Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. He's got... Well, Kamara has it stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And some space here. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Check three, check three, check three.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Von Bell. And he is all the way up past the 25.
That's big, that's big.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 74 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Lamar Miller. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the crack call.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Where's the tag? Like an egg! Check, check, 47. Check Mike, check 31. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Hayden. 47 is the Mike. Go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On first down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Incomplete. Intended for QT. Marcus Williams on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Switch. Check the ball.
Throwing again is Watson. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To the air yet again, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Ready, 95, 56. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Throwing now is Breeze. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
You got time right there.
After the interception, here's Watson. Going deep here for Stills. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
First down, Texans.
Yo.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller there to make the grab as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Watson. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on second down. Breeze under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here we go, here we go.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? You ready? Right now. Right now.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They keep it with Miller on first down. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Watson. He's going to launch this thing way down. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Watson now to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender.
Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn. 55 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Motion. 50
After the penalty, it's Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our time. Jim. 47. 4.
Back to throw, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
47's the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 47 mic. Mike.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Mike's 47.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check. Motion to backfield. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Check back.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's our field.
On the ground, Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Kamara. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 11.
Mike 55.
Now Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense has got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Escaping the pressure right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
And it's third down.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
13.
Breeze to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
0-2. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Let's go.
Back to throw, Breeze. And Gen's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards that time for number 19. Huge first down. Got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
To throw is Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Watching your 5. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense. It's going to be. Mark 55. Mark 55.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Strip that ball.
A busy night continues for Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He's brought down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this a little more pressure-packed for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, it'd be up in the 300s right now. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Saints, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat